Immediately, the Clean doing Getting Older, their last single as in the original time they were together, because we got a magic mix of it. It was fantastic. Everything was just beautifully in place, and it was like, oh man, we hadn't recorded it down to 2-track. So we said, we just got to repeat that. That was amazing. Of course, it was all hands-on, lifting up faders and tweaking the EQ as it was going through. Sorry, paste. And we never got it. We never quite captured it. I'm still really proud of the recording of Getting Older, because some really weird stuff going on there. But we never captured that magic mix again, which is to my eternal regret. Luckily nobody knows that, or didn't until now. Other things would be recording Sneaky Feelings with one of the members of the band. I can't quite remember, might have been the bass player, under a mattress, in order to get the sound that we required. We got into a bit of trouble with the Dunedin double. Oh, that's a nice little rhyme, isn't it? Because we found ourselves in a loathsome bubble, and we'll get to the nubble of it next. Oh, shut up. And yeah, because me and Doug mixed them, most of those songs, without the band being there, and they didn't like some of the mixes. But you know, fuck them, they're only the talent. Other things, just early Tall Dwarfs, when the first thing that we did on it was Luck of Loveliness, which I had to chart out, because we knew approximately what we wanted to do, and we had a complex little arrangement for this thing, but we wanted it to come out, look, sounding right in stereo. It would have been so much easier to have done it in mono, wish we had. So I had this chart of how we'd dub things down from 2 tracks down to 1, because you always had to leave 1 track open between the 2 and the 1 when you're bouncing down for technical reasons. So you'd record 2 things, bounce them down to 1, then record another thing, bounce that down to another 1, blah, blah, blah. You had to keep in mind where it was going to be in the stereo picture all the way through, and it was fiendishly complex. But that was really fun when it came out, and to our purposes, sounded great. Yeah, recorded something like 5 Tall Dwarfs records with it, and about a third of my first official solo album, Seizure, not including Not Given Lightly. But it started to get a bit finicky, and I was beginning to sort of yearn for a few more tracks. So when it looked like it was on its way to dying, I think the next Tall Dwarf stuff was done on Peter Jeffrey's 4-track, but then I decided it would be nice to get an 8-track actually, and got one of those little Fostex R8 things, which was actually not a good idea, because it was 8 tracks on 1/4 inch as opposed to 4 tracks on 1/4 inch, so it didn't sound nearly as nice. 4 tracks on 1/4 inch is a reasonably hi-fi sort of medium, especially if you're going at 15 inches per second, which we were. That's a pretty nice sound. There's hiss, you know, and you can't do too many overdubs without it getting pretty murky, but murk's part of it. But yeah, the 8-track wasn't nearly as nice, so I got rid of that as soon as possible and got myself a 1/2 inch 8-track. Did about, I don't know, 10 years recording on that, and then went to Pro Tools.